What's up everyone, it's Hitman89. Hope you're having an awesome day. Stalker 2 was one of my most anticipated games of last year, but when it came out, it was way too broken, performance wasn't that good, and the A-Life system that made so many people fall in love with the previous games was just not there. But it's been a while since I last played it, and now that it received another major update, I thought I'd review it again to answer the following question. Is Stalker 2 good now? Let's find out. But first, the best place to get Stalker 2 or any other game is on Instant Gaming, cause you can get your PC games whenever you want, even on day one, and still save tons of money on them. So no more waiting for sales. You can save almost 20 bucks on Stalker 2, or maybe get Game Pass Ultimate and play all the games you want for cheap. PSN gift cards are also available if you have a PS5 and want to save 10 bucks on any game or subscription you want. Instant Gaming is 100% legit, so use the link in the description or scan this QR code to get more games for less money. Now let's get back to the review. In Stalker 2, you play as Skiff, a guy whose house got completely destroyed by an artifact, so to avoid becoming a hobo, he decided to go to the Zone, a post-nuclear place full of mutants, deadly anomalies, valuable artifacts, and stalkers who would kill you in a heartbeat for some sausage and bread. Now that everyone knows what the game is about, let's get into it. I reviewed Stalker 2 on PC, but I've also tried out the Series X version, and the first thing I noticed is that there seemed to be less ghosting when looking around, which is great, but performance is still okay at best. Now on PC, I played at 4K max settings with the DLSS set to balanced and frame gen enabled, and it seems to run slightly better now. I didn't get any stuttering, and the frame rate hovered between 70 and 100, excluding cutscenes obviously, cause they're much more demanding. I wish the game looked this good all the time though, then maybe the transitions from cutscenes to gameplay would be smoother? If you don't have a solid rig, I'd say try out Stalker 2 on Game Pass. I mean, personally, I would just get Game Pass for a month, beat Stalker 2, and try out some other games. But I'm cheap as fuck. Alright, let's talk about the new stuff. They just added night vision goggles, so now enemies without them won't see you if you hide in the dark. Insane, right? No, but a basic feature like this should have been there since launch, and in any game made in this century, for that matter. I love hiding in the dark and taking out enemies one by one, but sometimes they blind the shit out of me with their flashlights. By the way, they also made enemies take cover more often, but as you can see, they still do it while you're straight up looking at them. On the bright side, we can finally loot mutants. But how desperate is Skiff? Seriously, chopping off a Berear's toe and keeping it in his backpack for some money? Or maybe he has a foot fetish. That would make more sense to me. Combat is good. Taking out a bunch of stalkers with precise headshots or with grenades and shotguns is fun. What's really interesting though is that enemies can shoot at you for 2 weeks straight, but when you take them out and loot their corpses, they always only have like 2 or 3 bullets on them. Speaking of bullets, mutants are still bullet sponges. Good thing there is enough ammo laying around pretty much everywhere, so those mutants won't cause you too much trouble. Well, I don't know about you, but anything that's invisible scares the shit out of me. And this game has poltergeists and bloodsuckers, so I may have screamed like a little bitch while playing this. Come on, tell me this shit ain't scary. Seriously, the atmosphere is insanely immersive. Exploration could be better with more stuff to do, but I get it. It's a post-apocalyptic world, so it's meant to be empty. But hey, at least the A-Life system is better now. They must have increased the spawn radius around the player, cause enemies aren't popping up right in front of you anymore. But if you pay attention, you'll still be able to see those stalkers spawn and despawn in the distance. Wait, is this guy floating in the air? Shit, I think I just killed David Blaine. Now, I'm a dumbass, but I can't be the only one who finds it hard to know who's an ally and who's an enemy in this game.
I smell bullshit.
Sometimes I aim at them and my crosshair turns green, but they still attack me on sight. What the fuck? Like this guy right here.
We fucked him up!
We really did. Actually, I loaded my save and realized that if you wait for the dude to finish his conversation, he would have only fought his buddy. Extremely confusing. Now in terms of objectives, there are some good missions here and there, but you'll mostly be tasked with killing someone or bringing back a scanner or an emitter, with way too much walking around in between and nothing interesting to do other than killing a couple of mutants and looting sausage and bread 99% of the time. Seriously, I'm sick of running from one location to another, constantly sipping on energy drinks cause my stamina bar depletes too quickly. This is basically me every time I find out my new objective is more than 1 kilometer away.
No way. No way.
All jokes aside, I feel like if we didn't have to constantly walk 15 minutes from one objective to another, the game would be 50% shorter. Now, the zone is full of anomalies, but I'm pretty sure this is a bug. And it's far from being the only one you'll see, even 16 updates later.
Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, and one more thing. The story is overly complicated and starts to feel like it drags a little after about 15 hours. Now, I think we should move on to the verdict. The first 6 hours are dope, but the rest of the game is just meh. The traversal gets tedious after a while, but the combat is decent and the atmosphere is awesome. Stalker 2 could have been so much better, but overall, it's still a good game, and that's why I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. I expected bigger improvements after 10 months to be honest, but it is what it is. And that's gonna be it for this review. If you found it useful, or maybe funny, then please show your support with a like. Next week, I'm starting a new series called The Rehab, where we discuss a console, a game, or a gaming service that's not doing well, and together, we try to figure out a way to fix it. Stay tuned. It's been Hitman89. Have a good one.